Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or tips you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon and is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired on Friday at noon, 3 and 6. Today is December 12th, 2017. And now, the news at noon.
According to the Cortez Journal, water service was restored Monday afternoon to homes in North Durango where a water main break caused an outage, according to Durango's Utilities Department. About 9:30 p.m. Sunday, a water line break was reported at Main Avenue and 37th Street, Assistant Utilities Director Jared Biggs said. As a result, several homes were without water continuing into Monday, though the Utilities Department did not have an exact number of homes hit by the outage. The area affected included all homes north of the Main Avenue and East 37th Street, all the way up Animas View Drive to the Iron Horse Inn, and even reaching some homes on County Road 203. Crews were out early Monday to repair the break. Biggs said water was restored Monday afternoon. However, crews discovered a valve failure that will need to be repaired today. As a result, interruptions to water service may occur throughout the day today.
In political news from the Journal in Cortez, 3 Republican candidates have announced their intention to run for the District 1 seat on the Montezuma County Commission in the 2018 election. Jim Candelaria, Charlie Rosenbaum, and incumbent James Lambert will face off in the June 26th Republican primary. The winner will be the Republican Party candidate for the commission position in the November election. The candidates talked to the Journal about their plans. In some brief highlights on the candidates, they report that Candelaria sees hemp as an option for the county. Candidate Jim Candelaria has a background in firefighting and construction. He also serves on the Cortez Sanitation District Board. At his rural home, he's testing soil in preparation for growing an experimental hemp crop, a product he believes could help diversify the local economy. Hemp is an industrial crop used for clothing, rope, fuel, oil, and medicine. Candelaria plans to obtain a state permit to plant 5 acres of hemp and harvest the flowers to be processed into cannabidiol oil, a non-psychoactive concentrate used for medical and therapeutic products. I don't want to say, go do this without trying it myself, he said. I want to learn from the test crop and help pass that knowledge on. Candelaria wants to return the county back to its agricultural roots through new crops like hemp and by promoting the revival of the local apple orchard industry. He's willing to consider adjusting the county's ban on commercial marijuana grow facilities to allow for commercial medical marijuana only. He also supports the current focus on outdoor recreation, including the proposed non-motorized Paso Mesa Verde Trail and the motorized Rimrocker Trail. Candelaria said he understands the risk of invasive species to our lakes and took a proactive stance by recently becoming certified to inspect boats for mussels at Groundhog Reservoir. He said he has the, quote, negotiating skills and leadership to find solutions to improve boating access at local lakes while protecting them from mussels. Quote, I have the energy and passion to serve as a county commissioner, he said. Rosenbaum focuses on public safety and new business. Charlie Rosenbaum says his diverse work experience makes him the best candidate to serve as county commissioner. He was a Colorado State Patrol Trooper for 12 years, worked 16 years for Shell Oil and Kinder Morgan, was the county coroner for 12 years, and put in 23 years as a volunteer firefighter for the Cortez Fire Protection District. Quote, I've dealt with a lot of organizations, understand budgets and the various needs of the county, he said. A high priority for me is to make sure our law enforcement and emergency services have the tools they need to protect the public. He said keeping the CSU Extension Office and 4-H Club viable is another priority because keeping kids involved with agriculture is good for our future, end quote. Rosenbaum said he's concerned about the restricted boating access at McPhee Reservoir and other popular lakes due to the invasive mussel scare. He wants to put out the welcome mat for new businesses and would investigate whether the county could offer more incentives to lure companies to build here. Improving broadband internet service is an important aspect of improving the local economy, he said. To help pay for improved infrastructure, he would consider a small sales tax because then everyone pays, not just property owners. He also said the proposed Paso Mesa Verde project should not be a priority. Quote, with our $1 million budget deficit, I don't see more trails as that important. We have other more important issues to deal with, such as maintaining our roads and keeping wages competitive to keep qualified workers. And the incumbent, Lambert, says he wants more timber mills. James Lambert of Pleasant View is running for a second term as county commissioner. He has a science degree from CSU and worked for 37 years in farming and light industry. He served as a volunteer firefighter and was on the original board that formed the Montezuma Water Company. Quote, I'm running again because I want to complete projects we have been working on, he said. This job takes time to learn, and now I'm in a good position to see things through. Lambert fought to have the Dolores Norwood Road transferred to the county from the San Juan National Forest, claiming it was in place before the forest was formed. He wants to see that effort through so we can take better care of the road. Under Lambert's term, the County Commission successfully pressured the National Forest to move forward with providing a permit for a new marina on McPhee Reservoir. If elected in a second term, Lambert said he will push for expanding the current breakwater, which is needed to calm the waters at the marina. Utilizing natural resources is the best way to improve the local economy, Lambert said. In his second term, he would advocate for lumber mills to locate to Montezuma County. As commissioner, Lambert helped initiate the fleet system for county vehicles. Repairs and maintenance are now done in-house. He credits the current commission for working well together and supporting key county services such as roads, the county landfill, and recreation. Quote, our roads are in better shape than ever before, and we are doing more to improve them through chip sealing and paving projects, he said. All of the candidates will have plenty of time to address the community before the election to showcase more of their perspective on how best they will represent the community moving forward.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, charter schools are among the nation's most segregated, and Associated Press analysis finds an outcome at odds, critics say, with their goal of offering a better alternative to failing traditional public schools. National enrollment data shows the charters are vastly overrepresented among schools where minorities study in the most extreme racial isolation. As of school year 2014-15, more than 1,000 of the nation's 6,747 charter schools had minority enrollment of at least 99%, and the number has been rising steadily. The problem, those levels of segregation correspond with low achievement levels at schools of all kinds. In the AP analysis of student achievement in the 42 states that have enacted charter school laws, along with the District of Columbia, the performance of students in charter schools varies widely. But schools that enroll 99% minorities, both charters and traditional public schools, on average have fewer students reaching state standards for proficiency in reading and math. Schulman singled out charter schools to blame in a lawsuit that accuses the state of Minnesota of allowing racially segregated schools to proliferate, along with achievement gaps for minority students. Minority-owned charters have been allowed wrongly to recruit only minorities, he said, as others wrongly have focused on attracting whites.
The Journal reported on the continued economic development activities that are changing the profile for the town of Silverton, from mining town to tourist town. Silverton, the once gritty mining town home to Wild West fabled gangs and shootings, rough and tumble miner bars, and a legacy of men risking their lives to strike it rich, could soon be home to a new glamping campground. Yes, San Juan County Commissioner Ernie Kuhlman, a former miner and long-term resident of Silverton, said, quote, I'd rather have a nice big mine than a glamping campground, but times change, you know what I mean? For the unacquainted, glamping, a linguistic blend of glamorous and camping, is a relatively new style of camping that some resorts offer to meet the needs of people who want to experience the great outdoors with all the amenities and more of a luxury hotel. According to glampinghub.com, glamping allows people to be outside, quote, all without sacrificing even an ounce of comfort. Glamping is a way to connect with your surroundings without having to rough it. The luxury resort would be a first for Silverton, so it's not that unusual. Many in the area haven't heard about it before. Quote, I didn't even know what it was until it was brought to us, said San Juan County Commissioner Scott Fetchenheier, also a long-term resident of Silverton who worked in the mines. It just seems more and more people want to experience the outdoors, but they don't want to be cold or sleep on a hard ground. It's just a sign of the times, he said. There's a wide range of amenities and levels in the glamping world. On the high end of the spectrum, some resorts offer heated floors, meals prepared by chefs, and extravagant hunting trips that can run more than $1,000 a night. Take a look at Dunton over in our county, in Dolores. However, Dennis Stenslein, co-owner of the property who would operate the business, said the campground would be more of an on-your-own experience. The The proposed resort would be located on a 20-acre parcel just off U.S. Highway 550 on the turn towards South Mineral Campground and the Ice Lakes Trailhead on Forest Service Road 585. However, the luxury campground would compromise only a fraction of that space, which would have a capacity for up to 14 campsites, Stensline said. Stensline said the campsites will be located on a wooden platform covered by a large wall tent and fitted by high-end furniture, luxury beds, and down comforters. He intends to build a bathhouse with a community room attached as well as a sauna. And he said great pains will be taken to blend the resort into the surrounding scenery to preserve the scenic nature of the area. The only meals offered would be a continental breakfast and lunches to go if requested. Stensline and his business partner Steve Lee would also like to offer horseback riding tours, guided fishing and hiking trips, as well as educational nature programs. If all goes well, the business partners hope to start construction this summer with a target opening date of summer of 2019. He said a rough estimate for the night's stay would be about $200. San Juan County Planning Director Mark Rivas said the owners have gone to great lengths to conduct the proper environmental impact studies and obtain access to the property from the U.S. Forest Service. And the project meets the county's long-term master plan for economic development, Rivas said. I think it's an ideal situation here. He said it's nothing like a motor luxury coach resort, he said, referring to a separate and previous proposal that failed earlier this year. It's much more compatible to our world here. The proposal will go before the San Juan County Planning Department on Tuesday and then before the San Juan County Commissioners for a public hearing and final vote on Friday. It's likely the glamping campground will pass without issues, commissioners said. But it's also yet another sign that the small mountain hamlet, which has about 600 full-time residents, is far past its mining days and ever more embracing its tourism economy. I do not foresee mining coming back, Fetchenheier said, and to diversify our economy, which is mostly dependent on the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad, you want other things in place. I think this is a great example of one of those things that will work.
According to the Durango Herald, this year's flu season is off to a quick start, and so far it seems to be dominated by a nasty bug. Health officials say the flu vaccine seems well matched to the viruses making people sick, but it's too early to tell how bad this season will be. The main flu bug this season tends to cause more deaths and hospitalizations, and vaccines tend not to work as well against this type. Flu began picking up last month. By the end of last season, 7 states reported widespread flu activity: Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Virginia. Most flu seasons don't really get going until around Christmas. That's how last year's flu season played out. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported the latest data last Friday. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The National Weather Service NOAA forecast map once again is showing that major high pressure system holding on across the country with dry and warmer temperatures persisting. This while the Northeast, Great Lakes, and down to the Appalachians is still fighting with frigid temperatures and snow with some rain-snow mix in the upper Midwest. Regionally, the high and dry pattern remains in place, though a well-defined moisture system is moving on to the left coast of British Columbia. This is being pushed east by a stronger piece of the polar jet, but all of that activity will have little impact to our region. It may pull along some high-level moisture going into Wednesday, so we will see high-level cloudiness thickening on our northern border around sunrise tomorrow and then drifting southward through the morning. As previously mentioned, cross-sections still show this moisture well above the mountaintops. Do not expect much more than flurries over the very high divide peaks through sunset on Wednesday. And we may see some light snow showers over the northern and central mountains of Colorado during the overnight hours Wednesday before clearing starts on Thursday. Snow amounts generally in the 1 to 2 inch range above 9,500 feet. Longer term, some snow across most of our mountains outside of southeast Utah may occur late Saturday night and into early Sunday, so we do have a shot at some precipitation down to the lower elevations, but their models still are not conclusive on whether that has a solid chance or not. Locally on the DCTV 5-day forecast, today sunny with a high near 50, a little bit above average temperature, with south-southeast winds around 5 miles an hour becoming northwest in the afternoon. Tonight clear with a low around 23, north-northeast winds around 5 miles an hour again. Then Wednesday it'll be sunny with a high near 53, north-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming east-southeast in the morning. Wednesday night mostly clear with a low around 24 degrees with north-northeast winds down around 5. Thursday sunny with a high near 48, north winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, and Thursday night mostly clear with a low around 21. Into the weekend, those winds should be a lot less, as Friday it's sunny with a clear high near 49, Friday night mostly clear with a low around 24, And Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 46. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 21. And on into the weekend on Sunday, again, a high near 45 degrees. And Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 22. And now, Kelsey, back to the news.
According to the Durango Herald, Durango School District 9R made a commitment last year to increase the student-to-counselor ratio, and early signs show the effort is paying off. Andy Burns, Chief Operations Officer for Durango 9R, said the district is seeing increased communication from students and breaking down stigmas associated with school counseling since implementing a new counselor model during the 2016-17 school year. The role of school counselor has evolved to include monitoring students' academic and career achievements as well as their social and emotional development. In order to meet the needs of more than 4,500 students, Durango School District 9R has a ratio of 200 students to 1 counselor, surpassing statewide averages and the recommendation for the American School Counselor Association. ASCA recommends a student-to-counselor ratio of 250 students to 1 counselor, while the average student-to-counselor ratio in the state of Colorado for the 2015-16 school year was 363 to 1, according to the Colorado Department of Education. A study conducted by ASCA found the average national student-to-counselor ratio was 482 to 1 in the 2014-15 school year. Burns said the district decided to provide some of its counselors into 2 areas of expertise to avoid burdening them with a cumbersome workload. Burns said it takes 2 unique sets of skills to be both an academic and social-emotional counselor. The district currently employs 16 full-time counselors. At the high school level, students are assigned an academic counselor as well as a social-emotional counselor. They are required to see each counselor at least once per semester. District spokeswoman Julie Pop said it is important for students to see their counselors even if they are not struggling academically or emotionally, in a way similar to a doctor's office, she said.
The Durango Herald reported on the new central location for sports medicine in our area, with physical therapy, athletic training, concussion services, and wellness and fitness classes in one place. Mercy Regional Medical Center's new space in the Centennial Center in Durango is expected to be a hub for sports medicine. Mercy Sports Medicine opened a few weeks ago in a 7,000 square foot space formerly occupied by Purgatory Resort. Mercy Integrated Physical Therapy moved into the space and closed its office in Horse Gulch, Mercy's rehabilitation manager Luke Angel said. The physical therapists will work with athletic trainers, massage therapists, and others at the new space who will then help patients recover after an injury, Mercy's rehabilitation manager Luke Angel also said. Sometimes physical therapists have to stop working with patients because their insurance runs out, in which case patients must turn to a personal trainer to help with their recovery. At Mercy Sports Medicine, physical therapists will work closely with athletic trainers and wellness coaches on how to help patients finish recovering. The help from trainers and wellness coaches can help ensure patients don't re-injure themselves. That piece has been really missing in Durango as far as what's been available, he said. Some services aimed at complementing physical therapy, such as personal trainers, likely wouldn't be covered by insurance, but he expects the personal training rates will be comparable to others in the area. As part of the opening of the facility, Mercy purchased $200,000 in new equipment for the facility, including the Alter G, an anti-gravity treadmill that allows patients to walk or run without pain. The center houses 7 treatment rooms, 2 gyms, and offices. It will employ about 15 people when fully staffed. Mercy Regional Medical Center has offered some exercise classes open to the general public, but those will be expanded at the new space and include classes such as yoga, core fitness, and high-intensity training. Mercy plans to maintain its 2 other physical therapy locations in town, one on North Main Avenue and the other at the hospital's campus in Three Springs.
According to the Cortez Journal, gene therapy has freed 10 men from nearly all symptoms of hemophilia for a year so far, in a study that fuels hopes that a one-time treatment can give long-lasting help and perhaps even cure the blood disease. Hemophilia almost always strikes males and is caused by lack of a gene that makes a protein needed for blood to clot. Small cuts or bruises can be life-threatening, and many people need treatments once or more a week to prevent serious bleeding. The therapy supplies the missing gene using a virus that's been modified so it won't cause illness but ferries the DNA instruction to liver cells, which use them to make the clotting factor. The treatment is given through an IV. In a study published Wednesday by the New England Journal of Medicine, all 10 men given the therapy now make clotting factor in the normal range. Bleeding episodes were reduced from about 1 a month before gene therapy to less than 1 a year. 9 of the 10 no longer need clotting factor treatments, and the 10th needs far fewer of them. There were no serious side effects. Follow-up is still short, a year on average. Some cells with the new gene might not pass it on as they divide, so the benefits may wane over time, but they've lasted 8 years in other tests in people and up to 12 years so far in dogs. The hope is that this would be a one-time treatment to fix the problem, said the study leader, Dr. Lindsay George of Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Spark Therapeutics, the Philadelphia-based company that makes the treatment, and Pfizer, which now is working with Spark on it, paid for the study, and some of the study leaders work for or have stock in Spark. Dr. Matthew Porteous of Stanford University, who wrote a commentary in the journal, called the results striking and said, "I think we're definitely on the road to a cure."
If you haven't had enough of the TSA screening that puts U.S. travelers in a type of police state where we are all guilty until proven innocent, just wait. There's more in store at the Durango airport. Apparently, devices larger than a cell phone now need to be separated with no intent on why this extra step is now included in the process. According to the Durango Herald report, recent changes in airport security screening procedures hit Durango last week. After some initial day delays, Tony Vicari, aviation director at Durango-La Plata County Airport, expects the flow at security checks to be more efficient during the Christmas travel season. Vicari also said 66 added parking spaces in the overflow lot fixed the parking shortage that hit the airport during the Thanksgiving 2016 travel season. Also, he said 50 additional paved parking spaces are expected to be in place in the credit card parking lot in the spring. Nationwide, we expect to be busy, but we don't expect anything operationally out of the ordinary here, Vicari said. Of the Christmas time travel season, during the Thanksgiving 10-day travel period this year, Vicari said the airport had adequate parking spaces to meet demand. Last Tuesday, Durango's airport began implementing a nationwide procedure to give greater scrutiny to electronic devices bigger than a cell phone in a carry-on bag. Vicari said the airport experienced about half-hour delays on Tuesday. But he said he expects delays to be shorter as customers and Transportation Security Administration employees become more familiar with new procedures. Carrie Harmon, a spokeswoman with the TSA, said greater scrutiny of electronic devices in carry-on bags was first announced during the summer of 2016, and she expects the procedure to be fully implemented in the Durango-La Plata County Airport by Sunday. She said passengers are being asked to remove electronics larger than a cell phone from carry-on bags and place them in bins for inspection, similar to the way laptops have been handled for years. In addition, she said TSA officers may ask passengers to remove other select items, including food, from carry-on bags. She said delays of up to 35 minutes were experienced Tuesday in Durango, but staff brought wait times down to 10 minutes within an hour. Also, delays hit 15 minutes on Wednesday, she said. Additional staff was brought in this week to handle the security screening changes. Both Vicari and Harmon recommended passengers arrive at the airport at least 90 minutes before their flight to ensure adequate time for check-in and security screening. Harmon recommended passengers arrive 2 hours before flights at larger metropolitan airports.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of December 4th through the 10th. An officer responded to an early morning report of a non-physical civil disturbance at a county residence. The situation was diffused. Dispatch received a report of a reckless driver northbound on Highway 491 leaving Montezuma County. A deputy stopped the vehicle and the driver was cited. A ready report was called in on Highway 491 southbound. A deputy was unable to catch up to the vehicle before it left the county. An officer performed a civil standby to assist residents with an exchange of property. An alarm company reported a residential alarm at a residence in West Fork. It was determined to be caused by high wind. An out-of-state acquaintance of a county resident reported concern after being unable to contact their friend in over a month. An officer responded and found the resident to be safe and well. A Cajon resident reported a possible out-of-control burn. An officer responded and recommended to the resident conducting the burn to consider extinguishing the fire due to high winds. The resident agreed and the fire was extinguished. Colorado State Patrol requested assistance in intercepting a reckless semi-truck that forced a motorist off the road in Montezuma County. Colorado State Patrol was unable to make contact with the driver of the truck. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings. Friday, December 15th, Blondie's annual Ugly Christmas Sweater Party will be held at Blondie's Trophy Room in Cortez. Of course, you'll want to wear your ugliest holiday sweater and have fun rocking the evening. December 16th, the American Legion Ute Mountain Post 75's annual toy and candy giveaway will be hosted by the Auxiliary Unit 75 Ute Mountain Post in Cortez at the Cortez Cultural Center from 12 to 2 p.m. Santa will be at the Cultural Center to give candy and toys away to all the good kids, and you know who you are. December 16th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Colorado Concealed Carry class will be held at the Big R in Cortez. This class meets all training requirements for your Colorado Concealed Carry permit. Tickets are regularly $99 before discount. Use coupon code SUMMER to save 20%. Learn more and sign up online at the link on our Facebook page or call 866-371-6111 to speak with a real person. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. Email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at the station 970-677-4119, and we'll be sure to get your news on air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Wednesday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the same order at noon, 3 and 6.
And be sure to check us out on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.